can tell. Excitement all round as the Springboks prepare to take on England tomorrow night. We go on to Grey High School at Gqeberha, where Boks captain Siya Kolisi attended that school and excelled at rugby. Has the main field actually even named after him. It was renamed last year in recognition of the Boks captain, as he became the first black Springbok captain to lift the William Webb Ellis Trophy in Japan in 2019. Out at Grey High is our reporter, Ronald Masinda. Ronald, very good morning to you. I mean, earlier on, we spoke to the head of sport, of course, at Grey High School, speaking quite positively, as one would, about the Boks captain and the kind of person that, not only the kind of person, but the rugby player that he was at Grey High School. But I believe you're in the company of some people that actually experienced him on the field as a rugby player.
Yes, indeed, Morena. Well, Siya Kolisi has certainly come a long way since the early 2000s when he joined Grey High with a bursary that he earned from the school. But his story is of many trials and tribulations, it has to be said, losing his mother at an early age and just also being exposed to so many social ills in Zwide Township when he was growing up. Substance abuse and crime was among those social ills. But he will also tell you that his path, even though it wasn't an easy one, he had to really try and dedicate himself, work hard, and have a burning desire to try and achieve what he has achieved. And certainly now that we look back at his journey, he certainly has come a long way. But you will also be the first to admit, Morena, that he wouldn't have done it alone, that he needed a father figure while he was growing up, and that father figure is Utata Eric Songu. Thank you so much, Tata, for your time. We really appreciate it, and I'm sure you are very proud of what Siya has achieved. Briefly, just remind our viewers how he got to where he got before superstardom.
Yes, the first time I met Siya, I met a vivacious young boy. Then I looked at the attributes that he possesses, you know. You look at that humbleness and generosity, you know. A young boy with impeccable manners, you know. So he was eager to learn, you know. So that enthusiasm was in him. So that made things easy for me to impart knowledge and inculcate skills, you know. So then just to unwind that raw talent, you know. So I nurtured that raw talent to be where he is today, you know.
I mentioned hard work, dedication. What other attributes does one need to achieve what Siya has achieved?
Determination breeds victory. The most important thing is discipline. So discipline is comprised by many things. Now you look at punctuality, you know, the way you interact with your fellow colleagues or whoever. Then Siya was so disciplined and so optimistic about everything that is happening in life.
All right. Very briefly, Tata, what legacy has Siya left behind in areas such as Zwide? I mean, we spoke about this 4 years ago.
Now, so they formed Siya Kolisi Foundation, so which plays a major role just to uplift our communities, you know. Then you look at during the COVID time, whereby they also assisted families with food parcels, you know. Then even schools around there, they do some donations, even our club, African Bombers. So they do a lot of things just to uplift our society, you know. So it doesn't end there, even the elderly people. So they give support where people need something just to change their lifestyle.
All right, Tata Sabulela, thank you very much indeed for your time. Also important to point out, Morena, that we are in Nelson Mandela University. This is where the Madibas ply their trade in the Varsity Shield. And one man who would like to emulate the success of Siya Kolisi joins us now. Yolisa, thank you so much indeed for your time. You've had conversations with Siya previously. You also went to Grey High School. As a mentor, what have you learned from him?
He always says that second of the game, and always pray to God that you will make it and the doors will open. And that I took to heart, and it meant a lot coming from him.
And just on your own journey, how difficult is it? Just give the youngsters out there a sense of what it takes to actually try to achieve something in a career.
It definitely takes passion, hard work, and dedication, and make sure if you want something, you can focus on it. That's about it.
Thank you very much indeed. Well, that's the news out here in Gqeberha. We will, of course, continue trying to get different voices, people who are close to rugby, people who are, of course, proud of what not only Siya has achieved, but the Springboks as a whole.